You can't have a healthy relationship with a narcissist. There's no way that's going to happen because it's challenging. It's not possible. There's several inherent traits why this happens, and this is associated with narcissism. But if you are really wanting a healthy relationship, or you feel like you can change the narcissist in some way, then I'm going to say to you guys, think again, because this is not going to happen. In this quick bonus video, this is what I'm going to be talking about. Hello my friends, and welcome back. I just wanted to make this quick bonus video of why you can't have a healthy relationship with a narcissist. It's just not possible. And this came about from actually a few of my clients talking about like how they wanted to be able to stick around in this relationship, in this dynamic, and perhaps maybe change the narcissist, change it up somehow, and perhaps maybe look at these traits, look at what's going on, and perhaps understand why it is not possible to have a relationship with someone that is narcissistic. Just quickly mention, as always, I do go live on this channel at the end of the month. Please do check the community tab because I will be posting when I am going live. It is a vibe. It is a vibe, but don't take my word for it. Come on over. If you've got questions or there's something that's on your mind, come on over to the live stream. I'd love to see you there. Okay, so just really quickly, you've got to understand that a narcissist, in order to have a healthy relationship, there has to be understanding, in both parties, in both types of connections. So you have to be able to connect to the other person. You have to have a genuine understanding. All right. So if there is a lack of empathy on one side, then it makes it really hard to understand and respond to somebody else's feelings and needs. So you cannot conform. You cannot validate them. And over time, this diminishes the partner's sense of self, making them feel unimportant, making them feel like they don't exist in your life. So over time, that person will reach a threshold where this relationship is not meeting the victim's needs. And what happens is the victim will tend to detract, will tend to feel undervalued and not want to stay in this relationship. Narcissist will keep them hooked, keep them trapped with their gaslighting, with their manipulation. So this person then, the victim, stays hooked and trapped in this dynamic. But again, like I said, that victim will reach a threshold and think, you know what, this isn't worth it for me anymore. So they will tend to leave. And this leads on to my next point, the manipulation and the control. I mean, like, how can you have a healthy relationship with someone when their primary goal, their primary focus is to manipulate and control you? Now, that's so toxic. Like, that is not something that you can cope. That's not something that you can actually work with. That person is using a form of psychological abuse to undermine your sense of well-being and your sense of self. This cannot make for a long-term prospect, or this cannot make for something that is healthy long-term. The other aspect of this is the entitlement and the self-centredness. If you're in a relationship with someone, they're not selfish. You both work together to be able to create that mindset of being able to grow and move forward. Narcissist is not about that. Narcissist is not about prioritizing both of your needs. It's about their own needs being met and their desires over their partner, over the victim. So it's in creating this imbalance and unhealthy dynamic in this relationship. There's also this inconsistent and unstable behavior. So relationships with narcissists are highly volatile due to their mood swings, their erratic behavior, and their tendency to lash out when they don't get their way. And this unpredictability creates an environment of instability and emotional turmoil. You cannot work through this if this person is not willing to look at themselves, to be able to understand, to have self-awareness on what their behavior, how their behavior is impacting another person. When they don't care about that, you can't work with it. This isn't about a growth mindset. And added to the fact that this person has a fear of intimacy. So a narcissist does not want to grow. A narcissist doesn't want to move forward. They are all about fearing this genuine emotional intimacy. They can't go deep. It's all surface level. The narcissist cannot go deep. They cannot create this emotional compatibility, this emotional bond with another person, which is why everything is kind of left on the surface. In a healthy relationship, there is that deep connection. There is that bond that happens between the two individuals. But a narcissist can't do that. There's also the aspect of jealousy and possessiveness. If you feel like you own someone, if you feel like you are being possessive, then there is never a meaningful connection that can be created. So if you're going to be jealous, you're not going to trust your partner. In a relationship, there has to be this connection. That is something that has to exist. But if it doesn't, which in these toxic relationships it doesn't, then this is where this jealousy and this possessiveness, this controlling behavior overrides everything else. And so this leads to unreasonable demands. And again, you don't feel safe, you don't feel connected in this relationship. And this basically strains the relationship. And the ultimate end is that you can't be together. And the last thing I just wanted to mention, and I hope this really helps, is the erosion of self-worth. You don't feel like you are yourself. You feel like your sense of yourself is gone. You don't feel like you can be you. And this leads to, when someone erodes your sense of self, this leads to dependency on that person. So then you become codependent. And this is that trap that stops you from being able to leave. And that is the issue here, because it leads to a dependency and a cycle of entrapment. And this is an unhealthy relationship. You're not there because you want to, or you're not there because you are love that person, or that there is this mutual love, or there's this connection that exists between the two of you. It's about dependency. And that is not healthy at all. Given these traits and given these aspects, it makes it really difficult for being the dynamic with a narcissist. It requires significant self-awareness, ultimately, boundaries, and in many cases, professional support to be able to navigate a relationship like this. I'll be honest with you, it is really challenging because I've never known a relationship to successfully work out with a narcissist. Out of all the years that I've been doing this and talking about this isn't something that happens. So look, you need to consider what is right for you. There's no judgment here, but please know that I do offer one-to-one consultations. If you are struggling with this, please see the description box below. And please like the video if this has helped you. Please consider sharing it to somebody who you feel this might benefit. And please consider subscribing if you have found value in this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one. Goodbye.